Hi, I'm going to start by walking you through the College Board website, and I'm using this because I don't know whether I'll have available at Aurora or at Woodstock in order to show you this. So I wanted to do a screen recording so that you could see it when I do have access to everything. With my MacBook, I don't know if I'll be able to connect to stuff. So if you go to collegereadiness.collegeboard.org, SAT K-12 educator score reports, or click on the link that I provided for you on the website, if you have access to scores, which you need permission from your administrator to do, you can find this spot on the website where it says View Student Scores. And if you click on that, it will take you into signing up. Just signed up. Now it shows you what it is you want to do. What report are you looking for right here? You can look for an individual student if you want to, or if you can look for an individual school. If you're assigned to more than one school, you can have that. But this is the part where we're really looking at information. So question analysis is a great way to get started. And that's what I would use in my Lunch and Learn, is starting with question analysis and showing students showing participants how to access that. So if you click on question analysis, you can choose the SAT scores that you want to access. So I'm looking at last year's SAT score where the general population took the SAT from McHenry High School. And I'm going to go ahead and run that report. You can see that it's preparing a report for me. And the neat thing about the portal is that it's got a bunch of different ways that you can, switch it. I am the evidence-based reading and writing coach. I have nothing to do with math. So all I'm doing is looking at this section right here, not this section right there. So if we take a look at the evidence-based reading and writing report, you can change it by which ones were the most incorrect if you want to. So you can immediately go to areas where we're having difficulty. Looks like there was question 36 and question 26, where only 21% of students in the district, the state, and the nation, 21, 22, got it right. And then 26 here, only 25% in the district, 22 and 24 got this one correct. You'll notice that the difficulty for both of those is hard. One is an analysis in history and social science, and one is standard English conventions. You can sort these however you want to. You can also sort by difficulty and see, are kids really struggling the most on the hard ones, which they are. You can also look at cross-test subscores, and these are all like the different subscores that you can kind of take a look at. So if, for example, I was presenting this only to teachers who were in the English department and we wanted to look at grammar skills, I would go down here and I would look at standard English conventions and subscores. And that would limit my options. Still have quite a bit, but it would limit my options to what I wanted to look at. I could even include the easy ones and see how our kids did at the easy ones. And you can compare our students with the state, or with the state and the total group, the nationwide group. At the easy ones. I want to look at the difficult ones. Let's see how those are, how our kids did on those. And so here you can see that. But beyond that, it'll give you information about what exactly that question was. Here's the correct answer, and there's a little hyperlink for each question. So I'm going to look at this one right here. So this is my favorite SAT passage from last year, which was about the Duke of Saxe-Meiningen, who basically created theater in 1866, like national theater. And so this particular passage would really speak to me, but apparently didn't speak to a lot of our kids, at least as far as grammar rules are concerned, because they had to determine what they should choose. And it's the dreaded dash question. So every time there's a dash question in the SAT, I've found through my own analysis that kids get it wrong. So we can see, okay, we have to teach the dash. There's really no place in our curriculum where we teach the use of the dash. And so that's one way that we can kind of take a look at it and say, okay, somewhere we need to talk about punctuation and the use of the dash, because our kids get this wrong 99% of the time, anything that has to do with dashes. And it's a really easy fix, to be honest. So that kind of shows you, gives you some things to analyze right there in the SAT portal. And you can look at it in a bunch of different ways. Let's go back and look at, if I can get back to, okay, instructional planning. So instructional planning is another thing. We're going to choose the same test, SAT school day, 11th grade, run report. You can also change it to the PSAT, 8th grade, that sort of thing. So you can see here that you can now check out the number of test takers in each category, evidence-based reading and writing, and the subscores, where they are close to being on track for college readiness. So 56% of the kids who took the test are actually pretty close. So if we can move 288 test takers from here to there, or even half of those test takers from here to there, that's going to improve our skills quite a bit. So you can kind of see where we are there. And then here is the subscores, where you can see where we're doing as far as subscores are concerned and where we might need some help on. Again, these are the kids who need to strengthen their skills. Here are the kids who are pretty close to being on track, and these are kids who are on track for college readiness in each of those categories. Okay, so this kind of helps us with basic instructional planning, but it doesn't really give us a lot of specifics and what students did. However, if you have full access, you can look up a specific student. Please ignore this student's information. Boop, you don't know her. We can look at see what her SAT score was. We can take a look and see what all her subscores were. And we can also take a look at the details in each report. So we can see where she scored there, where her analysis is and all of her subscores there. We can take a look at individual questions that she got wrong on the SAT and that kind of thing with this particular student. However, that is kind of some of the things that the College Board will do. And I wanted to kind of show you that because, like I said, I wasn't sure if I'd be able to show you when we were at Woodstock and if I'd be able to access it there.